I love the premise of the show. Smart people talking about dumb shit.
I think it's dumb people talking about smart shit. Oh, we go where we not supposed to go, baby.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Back for another week of brilliant idiotness. I saw you down in the ATL, shorty.
With the GOAT.
Doobeezy Duval.
Man, he told me the funniest story about you. I don't even know if we could say it.
I had a story? What was the story?
About when it happened, he called you first. And you thought he was playing?
I did, man.
So I was crying. He told me about this. So I go down to Atlanta, right? And I'm like,
I want you to tell this story. Tell it.
All right, so I got to see Duval. I hit up Duval. I'm like, yo, let's grab some dinner or something like that. Like, can you even leave the house? I don't know how fucked up Duval is, whatever. He's like, yeah, man. So I'm telling him about some restaurant in like Buckhead. He goes, nah, they robbing over there. We can't go to Buckhead. Buckhead's supposed to be the nice part too.
Yeah, they're not playing in Buckhead. They said if you got a luxury car in Buckhead, just roll your windows down because the windows getting broken. So you better off leaving the windows down. So he's like, fuck it, let's go to Magic City. I'm like, on a Monday, bro? Or like it was a Tuesday or something like that? He's like, yeah, let's do it. So we're in Magic City. And, we're going through what happened to him, this like tragic event where he almost died. He goes, yeah, man, it's crazy. First person I called was Charlotte. FaceTime me. Yeah.
He goes, yeah, man, I got hit by the car. I flew. My shit was all fucked up. And I knew I'm in the Bahamas. Like, I've been to his house in the Bahamas. Like,
I don't think I was the first person he called. Maybe like second or third.
Nah, bro. The lady came up to him because the lady who hit him came up to him.
Yeah.
He said, go inside, get my old lady.
Yeah.
And then he had the phone. He goes, I called Charlotte. I said, I'm sitting there. I go, Charlotte picks up the phone. He goes, what's up? He Duval says that. I go, man, I fucked up, man. I fucked up, man. He goes, I need you to call Ludacris.
Oh, he didn't get to that part. That was the end part.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay, what happened at the beginning?
He FaceTimed me, and he's laid out on something, right? He's got the neck brace on and everything.
I fucked up, man.
I'm thinking he's on a set. So I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, man, I fucked up, man. I fucked up. I said, what's wrong? You need me to call Trey? Trey? Talking about Trey the Truth. Because, Trey's the go-to guy when somebody needs relief. I said, what's up? You need me to call Trey? He's like, nah, man, I fucked up, man. I'm going to be performing, living my best life in a wheelchair. And I'm like, man, wiggle your toes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not dawning on me that something is really wrong with him. So I'm playing. I'm thinking, listen, all we do is joke on each other. Schultz, you know this.
He said, you're like, hold on, my wife's calling. Let me call you back.
I did. That's a lie.
In a time of need.
That's not true. That's not
true. He said you
That's
hung
not
up
true.
on him in a time of need, bro.
Because, after about 3 minutes.
That's how Charlotte gets off every phone call, by the way. They go, oh, hold on, my wife calling. Let me call you back. I've been on the phone with him in his house, hearing his wife in the background, and him just go, oh, hold on, my wife calling me. I got to call you right back. I hear your wife, bro.
I was on the phone with Duval for like 10 minutes, and it took me about 5 to realize, hold up, something might really be wrong. because I can't see, I hear all these people around him, but it looks like a set.
Yeah.
And then at some point, he started crying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, he's really selling this shit, right?
He's an actor.
He's really selling this shit. And then when he turned the camera, all I see is the blood and shit. I said, I'm like, that's a good-ass fucking job they did with the makeup and shit. But it's like the doctors went to turn him over, and he just started screaming ah! And then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he goes, hey, man, call Ludacris for me, man.
Yeah, he said
tell Ludacris in the plane. Tell Ludacris in the plane. He's like, and then somebody said, you got to hang up. And I'm still not sure. So I called Clay, right? I'm like, so if this is a joke, he ain't called Clay yet. I'm like, Clay, what's up? And Clay was like, yeah, he's high off the morphine or whatever. And I'm like, oh, so now it's all making sense.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story is, y'all are comedians, bro.
Yeah, so never take us seriously.
I don't know something's wrong until I know something's wrong.
Even in time of need when your friend's head is bleeding.
Come on, man. Come on. It's nothing personal. They got on me this week because of, the Joe Coy interview. And by they, I mean the internet. Like, I didn't know Joe was really going through something. I didn't know.
No, just, yeah.
I'm thinking they coming up there to all of y'all are always performing shows.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
But Joe is crying.
No, he cried with you. And you sat there with the smirk of all smirks, smiling from ear to ear. I watched the fucking video, yo. I'm like, how the fuck are they getting at me? Did you have the Filipino community in your comment?
They were very supportive. They thought it was beautiful. Yeah.
Really?
Because I wasn't making racist jokes like you.
Listen, if you make a racist joke, right?
Yeah.
Right on time. Chris Moreau walks in the room.
He heard.
So Joe Coy,
Yeah.
he tells the story about, and he's told this in his book, if you've ever read his book, but he tells the story about how this white guy was making fun
We laughed at this one.
of his mom.
We laughed at this
Because it's Joe. He grabs his eyes and pulls his eyes back, starts making these crazy ass noises and shit. So I'm thinking it's a joke because it actually was funny.
It is
then when
funny.
I laugh, he's like, it's not a joke. So why'd you make it a joke?
Yeah.
He made it a joke.
Well, it was a joke from the kid. The kid was making a joke.
Yes. And so he was imitating the kid's joke.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was that not funny, Schultz?
No, that was... did he tell you who that kid ended up becoming?
No, who?
Me.
Shut up.
That's why he was crying on Flagrant. I was like, man, that shit still hits, huh?
Listen, man. Funny
kids
funny,
do
man.
the darndest things.
Yes, they do.
They do the darndest things.
And I don't even know if that kid was making a joke.
What do you think he was doing?
He was doing a bad imitation
Of?
an Asian person.
Yeah.
I don't know if he meant it as, I don't know, man. The moral of the story is it's hard to take comedians serious.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really the moral of the
But are
story.
you also seeing how this might be like a you thing? Like when somebody's going through something traumatic, your reaction is just...
What do you mean, man? I promise you, I'm just a little slow. I'm not thinking Duval's calling me, telling me that he almost died in a goddamn four-wheeler accident. And why would I think, if the first two lines are, I'm going to be doing best life in a wheelchair.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you about the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me. You see?
Hold on.
You see? The fact that you need to prepare.
No, I do, because y'all are comedians.
No. You tell
All
me.
y'all do is get on stage and sell trauma, and it's funny.
Yeah.
So give me a second.
So you see if you can not laugh or smile.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you about the brutally traumatic thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay. And also some of this is me projecting a little bit too.
Sure.
Because when it's shit get uncomfortable,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, bring this shit back to the laugh, guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
So I'm going to just tell you this is something, not capable in any way, shape, or
That's
form.
not true. I'm laughing at the setup. I'm not laughing at what happened.
This is a fucked up thing
Okay.
that happened in my life. Can you look at me?
You know what I'm saying? That's not fair, yo. That is not fair. It's not fair for comedians to be able to do this. It's not fair, yo.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
Ready?
All right. I'm ready.
You are 100% ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You can't cover your face.
See? This is not.
Nah.
Why am I the only one?
You can't cover your face.
Y'all not taking them serious.
Oh, I can be serious.
Incapable.
What do you mean? If Taylor was to tell me a traumatic story, I wouldn't laugh.
Oh, Taylor. What? Taylor. Okay. There you go.
Okay, Taylor. Go ahead.
Okay.
The floor is yours. Go.
Okay.
Go.
No, you got to go
Get
to
on
the mic.
Oh, right. No, I don't do it right now. Go.
Now's the time to do it, Taylor, if you're going to do it.
I can say what happened this weekend.
It has to be a
It's
traumatic. It has to be traumatic. Like
Okay,
truly,
yeah, you're right.
like
Okay.
heart, like gut wrenching and fucked up. And like one of the worst things. Yeah, but was it one of the worst things that's ever happened?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, it was scary. I could have died.
Okay. Go. Okay, go. But you have to tell it seriously. You have to tell it seriously.
This isn't could have died. You're here.
Yeah.
Duval could have died.
Yeah, but he's here.
Okay.
Okay, go.
So I think I told this already though. I went to a club
Mhm.
and they were, drinking, smoking, right? Why are you laughing already?
Because
I'm laughing at you.
No,
I'm not laughing at her. I'm listening. I'm not even. I'm listening.
You do what I do.
I'm
when I'm
listening.
about to laugh at something serious, what I do is I fix my face like I'm more
What I'm
interested.
trying to do is be
like I go like this.
No, what I'm trying to trying to do what I'm trying to do is be objective because I know her.
Okay.
This story is not going to live up to expectations.
Okay,
we know
go.
this about Taylor.
All right, go. But you got to be serious about it. Really set the table of how traumatic this was. Go. Look at his face trying to be interested, like to cover up the laugh.
Exactly. You make me laugh.
Listen, just listen.
All right.
Just
So
listen.
I went to a party, like
What is the problem here? I'm listening.
No, stop it. Go back. Go back.
Alice was there?
Go back.
Oh.
Go.
Okay.
Go. Look at him. Look
Is this how you act when your daughter's trying to tell you something?
I'm just listening.
All right. So I had a seizure.
What?
Yes.
What you mean you had a seizure?
I was on a date and I had a seizure.
You had a seizure this weekend?
Yes.
Hold on.
Man, shut the fuck up, Joe. Why would you dare laugh at that? This guy is insane. Why is this guy a madman, yo? Why would you? This guy is a fucking madman. This guy is a fucking animal, Alex. Why would he? This guy is crazy. This guy's crazy, yo. This guy's crazy, yo. This guy is crazy. What happened? What happened, Taylor?
I was like,
Is it not? And this happened this weekend.
yeah, this happened this
So you guys are on a date,
yeah.
and then
Where?
We're at brunch. We're in Brooklyn. This is like my second, third date with him.
Yeah.
And
Was it while you were ordering?
no, I was
Can I get some
That don't count because that was a joke. That don't count. That don't count. I was laughing at an actual joke. That don't count.
I bet you the date was telling a joke and she just started laughing. He's like, I'm killing right now.
Actually, no, this is what y'all gonna laugh at. This is what y'all gonna laugh
Okay,
at.
go. We're not laughing because this is traumatic.
No. So we were, it
He
was,
took you to brunch.
yes. And we were going to different spots. So we were drinking. I didn't obviously drink enough water. So I was dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
We were up. I was up about to dance with him. And he said that I remember just kind of.
Hold on. You was about to dance?
Well, he was. Well, we were already.
Yo, what if Let's Get It came on?
Son, I
What's
was
that
thinking
shit they be Harlem shaking too?
Take this money.
I hate y'all. But we were already up, and it wasn't like.
Yo, y'all be recording the wrong shit out there, man. Why did not see this? What happened? Go ahead, continue. This ain't funny.
I was giving him. You know what a wally is?
A
Wally?
wally?
Wally.
Like when a guy just stands on the wall and the girl is dancing on
A
it.
wally.
A wally.
I've never heard of that in my life. I thought
So he's
Really?
on
You
the
never
wall.
heard of
you
that?
call it wall dancing.
Oh, no, we say wally. Give me a wally.
Okay.
It's a whole dance.
All right.
Oh, there's like
a whole song, my bad. So I wasn't really twerking on him because I had a dress on. But I was up on him and then I started phasing out and he said that I had a seat. Like I kind of like.
You don't, I mean, I don't know. I've never known you to have a history of seizures.
I don't.
That was the
If
first
he
time you
said
had a
that,
seizure?
he said I did. He said I was like shaking and then I passed out.
You didn't go to the hospital?
So the ambulance came. I didn't want to go to the hospital because as soon as I woke up, there's all these people in my face and just feeding me water. Once I got water, I was like, all right, I'm fine.
Nah, you got to go to the hospital. You got to see what the cause of that is.
I mean, they checked me. I was fine.
Who checked you?
Aren't seizures neurological?
The people from the ambulance.
Aren't they neurological?
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, you got to get your brain checked. Make sure it's no short circuits.
Really? That's what it means?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He said I was only out for a few minutes.
He what?
He said I was only out for a few minutes.
What song was on? Seriously, I'm not joking. Do you remember what
It was
this
like it was a Spanish song.
What? No, I'm serious.
It was a Spanish.
I really want to know.
It was a Spanish song. It wasn't
Which one?
like no hip hop. I don't know. I don't know the song.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Taylor.
Yeah.
And how long when you passed out, like, what was his next move?
That he was very catering to like.
Oh, he like
sure I
tried to
could.
protect you.
Yeah. Mhm.
He didn't think that you
He
were
told
like
me
dropping it
no.
low or nothing like that?
Well, he said he was talking to me. And he said I wasn't responding, and then he like looked at me, and my eyes are like.
You should go to the doctor, Taylor.
Yeah.
You should go tell him like you had a seizure. Like that's something you should.
I feel like it was because I was drinking, though.
No,
I've never had a seizure in my life, thank God. And yes, and we all drink in this room. That's something else. Like there's something going on that you probably need to get checked out.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that. Nobody put a wallet in your mouth or nothing to make sure you don't bite your tongue or anything.
Not that I know of.
You sure you had a seizure, yo?
But that's what he claimed. Again, I don't know. I thought I just kind of passed out. I didn't know I was shaking or something. So.
What you say, Steve?
No, I
pass out?
don't.
You
no.
do pass out? Well, damn. I will say, I'm 100% positive now that I'm 100% positive that I only laugh at comedians' traumatic stories.
Okay, why?
They're actually funny, but it's only because y'all are naturally funny.
Yeah.
So y'all are always in funny mode. You know what I mean?
Even when we're talking about like something incredibly traumatic.
Yes. Taylor has taken me through a range of emotions in 5 minutes. And I don't want to feel any of these emotions that she's taking me through. Like none of them.
That was crazy that you did that little flip-flop on that one.
Yeah, that's wild.
I didn't. Do you really think I need to go to the doctors?
Yes, you need to go see a doctor, yo.
Absolutely do.
Anytime you shake for no reason, you should see
Word is born.
And your body shuts off. Anytime your brain just shuts off.
I was drinking, though.
No, drinking. I mean, listen, I don't know. I'm not no doctor.
And I had an edible and like smoke, so no.
So you do that all the time. It's not like.
I know.
And
Did you
never had a seizure
sleep the
before.
night before?
I mean, I was exhausted, so I think it's like a.
Could be a combination.
Could be exhaustion. I passed out because of exhaustion. It wasn't a seizure though. I passed out when early stages of the Breakfast Club when we used to go out all the time and be out every night, drinking, fucking smoking, not getting no sleep. I passed out, but I was dehydrated. I literally passed out in the studio. I had to go to the emergency room.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
But you're.
During the recording, is there video of that?
I don't know. It might be. I don't know if it was after the show or not. But yeah, we used to do video. We did video just the beginning. But that wasn't an interview, so I don't know. I passed out, and guess what Envy and Angela did?
What?
Laugh they fucking asses off. Laugh. They'll tell that story right now and laugh to this day about how I had to get rushed to the fucking emergency room because I was dehydrated. and that's when my wife was living in South Carolina. We weren't married yet, and she flew up here that weekend. And that's when I said to myself, I am bullshitting if I don't marry this woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you think about
Can we pay some bills? Taylor done brought the mood all the way.
Yeah, but I can bring.
goddamn.
I can bring the mood up.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
You positive?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me something traumatic.
What do you think about naming your baby after your side chick?
Depends on what the name is.
Go.
If the name's Fire,
See?
you know what I'm saying? Like if the name is actually Fire,
Yeah.
why not?
You don't think that it might like cause a rift with your wife or nothing?
Depends if the wife finds out. You're not giving me the whole details of the story.
But having that little secret with the side chick, and also like naming your son after a girl whose back you used to destroy.
That's what makes it okay.
Wait, why?
If you name your daughter that's fucked up. You name your son after your side chick, it's like, And it's a fly name. Sumner is a fly name, bruh. Summer with an N, bruh. I don't ever want Summer with an N. What? That's what that means. That's why you put the N in the middle, bruh. What you mean? You know, what do you mean, bruh? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think he's a fucking idiot for having that shit
I think
in
he's
the
an idiot.
DMs.
Yes, that's that.
Adam Levine, who's the Maroon 5 leading singer, apparently had a little tryst with this OnlyFans thought.
He didn't sleep with her, though. According to him, he said it was just inappropriate messages through the DM.
No. She was definitely a crash test dummy.
Oh, he hit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he said he wasn't. It was just
allegedly. We don't know that.
Well, we got on good authority.
Who's the authority?
We've, her roommate.
Oh, you know the roommate?
I don't know her, but word got around.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you can't.
Nah, all jokes aside, he wildin'.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, you can't name your child after the side.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Like, and Sumner's a cool name, but it ain't worth that. Like, I don't have to name my child that. Yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a weird tribute. Let me see. Damn, laughing my ass off. I must be doing something right. Absolutely. Got me. Funny. I'm so weird too and only listen to metal. LOL. Said no hot chicks ever other than you. Okay.
Like metal music.
I just can't believe this guy, man. All jokes aside, I don't know why any married man would cheat in 2022. Like, either tell your wife the truth and tell her that. What?
We don't know that he doesn't have an agreement with his wife. That was my issue with it initially, is like, he could have an agreement with his wife that he's allowed to get some strange.
But I thought he apologized.
He apologized for embarrassing her. Nobody ever comes out and says, yeah, my wife lets me fuck whoever.
Yeah.
You basically do it on the low.
Go back to that, Taylor. Because there's a line that I read. I did read this line earlier that I didn't like. More women have come forward accusing Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine of sending flirty messages, including screenshots they claim prove the singer was behind the conversations.
Thirsty ass.
Come on.
Clout chasing ass.
And I don't like how they word it. Like, they make it sound like some Me Too shit. Like, more women came forward. Like,
God forbid the lead singer of a major band said something cute to you in a DM.
Yeah, and the crazy part is I don't even know what flirting is in 2022. I think if you're a married man, you probably shouldn't send any DMs.
Nah, he was wilding. He was wilding. There's no question. But I don't know that he's not allowed to do whatever he wants with his wife. So,
that's true.
So if he's like, I didn't have an affair, it's like, well, yeah, an affair is something behind your wife's back. If she's cool with it,
that's true.
It is what it is.
That's true.
Where he violated is potentially naming the newborn after Shorty. That's crazy.
That's wild.
I don't know one dude that's not like,
that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. I'm bullshit. I'm fucking around, but that's wild.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Like, that's doing way too much. Like, it's like you're trying to get caught. Because, man, imagine if that name would have stuck, and then 5-6 years from now, she finds out that you used to be fucking around or flirting with some chick named Sumner. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't think he was sleeping with her.
That was my initial thing. I
don't think he was sleeping with her, bro. You're not going to take that name and name your child that if he was actually having sex with you.
What if we have on decent authority that it was going down?
Did she say it was going down? Didn't she? Let me hear what she said, Taylor.
She's the one that said it was. Yo, let me ask you this. Why is there no consequences for women that go after married men or that have sex with married men? It's like, do you want to tell us that over here? Nah, the dudes get shamed. The dudes get fucked as they should. They fucked up.
Yeah.
But there's nothing for women who do it. And it is a foul thing for women to engage in. Like, two got to play this game.
But you know why, though?
Why?
Because it's a double standard and it's the power dynamic. And the power dynamic will always be man is the power, the woman is not. Well, and so whatever the woman did, it's because the man not forced her to, but engaged in it and pushed up on her.
So here's my thing, what I don't like. In sex, women have the power. Like, we can't have sex with them without them allowing us, right?
True indeed.
We literally cannot. So there is one person who has all the power here, which is the woman. So if the person with all the power chooses to engage in a sexual relationship with somebody, she's the one that's making the final choice.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's really the power of choice. Like, salute to my homegirl, Ashley, AJ Holiday from the We Talk Back podcast. She always says, I beat side chicks up. Because if the side chicks wouldn't make the choice to cheat, then it wouldn't go down. Mm-hmm. She was like, I'm probably paraphrasing here, and she can word it better than me, but she says that as women, they should stick together. And soon as a man says, I'm married, you should know that guy is off limits.
Mm-hmm. But women don't like to hang out together. Like, no, I mean that for real. Like, I think when women come together, it's like, if you see a big group of women together, it's either a tragedy or if I see like more than 6 or 7.
Too much responsibility, bro.
Nah, but
like,
I mean,
you're looking at this group of women like, who gonna have a seizure tonight? It's like, I don't feel like being, I'm like, who knows CPR? And you know what I mean? It's too much to fucking think about.
No,
you know what I mean?
Think about any successful show where it's like a group of women, they're just fighting each other.
Yeah.
That's just how you guys hang out. You don't want to be with one another. You want to be with a man or you want to be by yourself, but you don't want to be around. Like, guys, we love hanging out with each other. 6 dudes will go hang out for no reason. 6 women will never hang out for no reason. Y'all got to have a plan. Name a time where 6 women just go hang out. You and 6 of your friends hung out for no reason.
And it's always one woman in that crowd judging everybody. Erica Banks told us that. Erica Banks like, I don't want none of you bum-ass broads around me if y'all ain't thick enough, okay? If y'all ain't got the right attire on. Out of 6 of those women, it's absolutely one woman judging every other woman in the crew, telling her closest girl in that crew, why is she here?
Exactly.
I
She's using her friends
guarantee
as props for the club. That's not real friends.
He
All I'm
got a
saying,
point.
like, men, we
Points are being made. Points made. Points made.
I was talking
Points made.
I was talking to somebody, right? You know how they have the Ocean's 11 movie, right?
Yep.
They only made Ocean's 12 because all the dudes on Oceans were like, the director was like, yo, y'all want to just like live in Europe for a few months and then we can film this movie? And they were like, all right, fine, fuck it. I'd love to just be with my boys and live, because they're all friends, a lot of the guys who do the movie.
Yeah.
They tried to make Ocean's 8. These chicks hated each other, bro. Everybody with an ego, I'm not leaving my trailer until they leave their trailer. There was no chemistry, no camaraderie, nothing. And it's just, I don't think it's how women engage, bro. Every Real Housewives show is just like, what happens when you get more than 5 women together? Fist fight.
Now I'm gonna tell you.
Name it when it doesn't happen.
I'm gonna tell you what WNBA. Only in the WNBA.
Bachelorette, they fight each other all the time.
Only in the WNBA. WNBA is where a large group of women can come together for one goal, one common cause, go out there, play. They genuinely like they love each other. Like, look at the Las Vegas Aces when they won the championship this week. They look like they absolutely enjoy each other.
Yeah, but they're playing a sport. That's not hanging out.
And I think furthermore that they also enjoy the company of women for other reasons, like where it's like.
So are you saying that you have to be friends with somebody you play with on a team, Alex? Kobe Bryant, God bless the dead, would disagree with you. Michael Jordan would disagree with you.
No, I'm saying that they have the game of basketball to distract them from the fighting that would happen if they were hanging out together.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a bar. That was fire. That was fire.
That is fire.
You gotta give them something to do.
You're right.
If
You
it's
gotta
just
keep them
brunch,
busy, bro.
drinks will be thrown.
It's facts, bro. It's facts. I don't think it's in their nature.
That makes sense.
I don't think it's in your nature. I'm sorry.
I think, I'm gonna tell you what I think Schultz is saying. I think women are a lot more tribal than men. I think men don't necessarily have to be tribal. We just need a couple of things that connect us. You know what I mean? And I can be on the plane with somebody and have a whole. I can have a conversation with anybody, but I can really connect me and another dude just sitting there talking for like an hour and some change. Especially if we just get on some man shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, we can connect and we can blow for hours.
That's right.
Hey,
it can be about sports. Whoa.
Hey, yo.
God damn.
You know what I mean? Hey,
Damn,
yo.
just came back from Atlanta too.
Son, we out
I
here,
like that.
you know
I like
what
that. I like that. You made it progressive. You know what I'm saying?
I do, baby.
You made it progressive because it was getting real cavemanish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's like, because I think if like, for example, I think like I can hang out with my wife for weeks.
That's my best friend.
It's the best.
I get it. Yeah,
literally.
absolutely.
My best friend. I can hang out. We could do it's easy and we can have fun. It's fucking great. There's no question. And she can do that. Could she hang out with her friends for as long as could she hang out with her friends for as long as she can hang out with me? No way in hell. Could I hang out with my boys for weeks? Yes, I could.
I think that's the difference, right? I think that when a woman has a real friend group, she can be with her friend group the way that we are with our boys. I think that we can connect with random people. I bet you saw so many dudes in Magic City last night.
No, it was 4 of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were there early.
No random people came through?
No, it was early.
So it was you, Clay Duval.
Me, Clay Duval, and there was 2 other guys, maybe.
But you never met them before.
No.
But y'all was kicking it.
Yeah.
Y'all had a great time.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying can't happen with women and random women.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, the Real Housewives show. The Real Housewives show are all random women. They put these casts together and they can't work.
Don't work.
Exactly. Why are you comparing a TV show like in real life?
I think the difference is he's saying you can kick it with random guys can kick it with random guys and have more shared experiences and be around each other longer than he's saying random.
You watch The View? You watch The View?
I know
you've seen The View or The Talk or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you watched Inside the NBA?
No. No.
Well, doesn't matter. The people at home know.
I get
Who's
exactly
having
what
more
you're saying,
fun?
bro. No, you're right.
Who's having more
No,
fun?
you're right. You're right.
These girls just arguing about shit they don't even care about.
Yeah, it's
These
based on
dudes are
conflict.
just teasing each other, making
They're
fun.
sitting down though. Like what are you talking? They're sitting down having conversation. If you're in a party scene, lately the parties I've been going to, girls twerking, like we hype each other up, we friends.
Until she started walling your man.
Taylor, you just kind of like shitting on your own point.
Yeah.
How?
Because what Alex was saying about you give them something to do to distract them. Like, so when y'all in a party dancing and shit, y'all distracted. But if you had to sit down, if you had to sit down and have a conversation,
not too
man,
long
we don't
ago.
need an activity.
No, not too long ago again.
Yeah.
My friend Brittany, you know how me and her met? I was like I was at a last lap and I was looking down over the balcony and she just came up to me and she says like something funny of a meme and me and her became real good friends.
You a munch.
No, she didn't.
She said,
No,
you
didn't.
thought I was feeling you?
No, she didn't.
That's what she said?
And then I'm friends with her friend, like, it's no problem. And we didn't have to be dancing or smoking or nothing like that. Like, we could have conversation.
That's a friend.
And
yeah, but it's not, nah. I'm just telling you. I
And
don't
you gave
see
a number.
Like,
You said a group activity.
I'm not talking about one-on-one. Like,
Yeah.
No, I met her, like, all of us hung out. It was fine. It was like 5 of us.
Huh?
Never mind.
You thought I was
You're not gonna
feeling you?
listen to me.
Yeah.
You thought I was feeling you? You a munch. Okay? How that song go?
You thought I
How
was
does it
feeling
go?
you? I can't even say it.
Yo, if that song shaming people who eat vagina?
Yes, bro. That's why. That's another thing. Women, you don't know what you want.
I used to do. It's just let me eat.
So Taylor just said that song is just saying you just let a dude eat you out, right?
But a guy who does that, you have a derogatory term for
name.
it? That's fucked up.
You a munch? Why I gotta be a munch? I'm munching. Why am I the munch?
Yeah. Why can't you just be Charlemagne? Why can't you be Leonard?
Word up. Why am
Why you gotta
I
be
the
a
munch? Why you reduce me to an action that you claim to enjoy?
He's an
That's
eater.
like suck my dick. You calling me a dick sucker.
Real talk. You are.
That's the female
that's
equivalent of calling somebody a dick sucker.
Yeah, no, that's facts. bro.
Munch, dick sucker.
Yeah. Don't call me a munch.
God damn, yo.
No.
Why?
I think we need to boycott munching, bro. I really think we need to boycott munching.
If it's not being appreciated.
No, clearly it's not.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it
That
is.
song
You
does
making
not
these
sound
silly
like.
ass songs?
That's right. That song does not sound
All this
like
silliness?
she appreciates the munch.
Nah.
Oh, you thought I was feeling you? You just a munch.
I don't like you. You're just here to eat my pussy. That's crazy,
Wow.
yo. That's fucking
Wow.
crazy, yo.
Where's the respect?
No. And then you wonder why we naming fucking our kids after our side chick.
Word up.
Because the
Word up.
treatment that we get.
Word up. Word up.
Thank
Word up.
you, bro.
Word up. You gonna objectify me like that and then wonder why?
Yeah. Oh, you
Come
thought
on,
I was
yo.
feeling you? That chick is a throat. Wouldn't
Word
that
up.
be crazy?
God damn, yo.
I didn't even feel right
Whoa,
saying that.
man.
I didn't even feel right saying that.
Wow.
Fire remix,
Wow.
though.
Yo, we need to do the.
We might have to think about
no
editing
pigeons.
that.
We need to do the
that
no
was
pigeons, bro.
That was so offensive. We might have to think about editing that, yo.
Bro.
To reduce a girl to a throat?
Nah, that's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
You thought I was feeling you?
You just a jaw.
That bitch is a jaw.
Yeah, whoa, bro. God damn, yo. Damn, yo. You thought I was feeling you? You
Wow.
just a tongue.
Yo, isn't that crazy?
Okay?
Nah, that's crazy.
That's
dude.
wild, bro.
Yo.
What about mouth?
Yo,
You thought I was feeling you?
That chick is a mouth.
Your chick is a mouth.
Yo, that chick is a mouth. You thought I was feeling you?
You just a side.
That chick is a throat. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Yo, that's crazy to even say that. You
That's
thought I
what I'm
was
saying.
feeling you?
Whenever you switch roles, you can see how
Wow,
fucked up shit
You
is.
thought I was feeling you?
You just
that
a
chick is a
throat.
hole.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yo.
Whoa.
Y'all are crazy.
Whoa.
Y'all are crazy.
By the way, no matter, imagine
What? Come on, bro. What?
yo, the gay version, the guys will be wildin'.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought I was feeling you? You just a butt.
Yo. Yo. You thought I was feeling you? That dude is an anus.
You just a
Yo, you thought I was... Yo, come on, dude. You thought I was feeling you? I just gave you monkeypox.
just pay some pills. Man. You thought I was feeling you? You just a monkey.
Yo, god damn, bro.
What?
Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to have that conversation, bro. This dude hit me in the DMs. He hit me in the DMs about Black Ariel, mermaid or whatever. He goes, "I'll tell you what movie they not gonna switch colors.
What?
Tarzan."
Yo, it took me 30 seconds to hear what you said. Why would somebody be damning you about Black Areola? Like, what? You talking about Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Let's pay some bills, man.
Let's do it.
Blue Chew. Blue Chew, thank you for sponsoring the Brilliant Idiots podcast, man. The temperatures might be dipping outside, but in the bedroom, it's only getting hotter. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew, and we thank Blue Chew, man. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets. And at a fraction of the cost, you can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. When the last time you had to use the chew, Schultzy?
Shit. Always, bro.
For real?
Absolutely.
Oh, you thought I was feeling you? It's just the chew. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code IDIOTS at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code IDIOTS to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. I wonder if that would insult the woman if she really thought, seriously, this guy was feeling her because, like, he was so erect, and then she find out he on the chew.
Wow. But then what would insult her more? What if he just wasn't feeling her at all?
True. Does the chew work if you're not feeling it, young lady?
No, I think that you got to feel.
You got to feel it, right?
But it definitely will set the tone.
Holy shit.
Sure.
These lyrics are worse than I thought. Man.
Yo, but before we get into that, you know that this summer is full of official events like weddings, graduations, annual 4th of July barbecues, but everyone knows the best parts of the summer are the unofficial ones. Even fall. We're stretching out this summer into fall. The summer Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial, is celebrating these moments that truly make summer chill, okay? The weekend is officially Saturday and Sunday. Unofficially, you know it's Friday afternoon as well. Summer is officially the warmest time of the year. Unofficially, you know it can be the chillest, especially when you got that Coors Light, because it's going to tell you if it's cold when them Rocky Mountains start going blue on that can. The beer, everything about it is made to be chilled and cold, which is the only way that you should be consuming these beverages. Nobody wants a hot beer, and there's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light, okay? The mountains on the bottles, I already told you. And the cans, they even turn blue when your beer is cold, okay? You always know. And when you need to hit reset, just open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It's literally made to chill. It's a crisp, refreshing, and just like the Colorado Rockies, perfect for a moment to unwind. So the summer chill starts with Coors Light. To check out what Coors Light has been going on this summer, visit CoorsLight.com. Coors Light, celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Now let's get back to the show. Let's get these lyrics.
Church announcements. You want to do the church announcements? What you got?
What do I got, man? Nothing, I don't think. Shit.
You're not back in the clubs yet?
I'm starting to dabble.
Okay.
I'm starting to dabble.
Okay.
I'm starting to pop in and like work on some stuff. But I like to just come in on surprise and work on some stuff.
Okay.
You know, and get back in.
Same things. October 8th, the Mental Wealth Expo at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. Please remember, this is a free event. All you got to do is go to mentalwealthexpo.com, the RSVP. We have added a lot of amazing people, man. You know, we have Dr. Alfie Breland Noble, Queen Dr. Alfie Breland Noble. You know, she runs the Acoma Project and my nonprofit, the Mental Wealth Alliance. We got we got a great hip hop and mental health panel that we're putting together. That Rhapsody will be on. Nadra Tawwab Glover, Dr. Spirit. We got Shaka Sankor and my man Wallow from the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. They're going to be in conversation with each other, talking about the impact of the prison system on your mental health. We got my man David McCullough from Inception. We got Debbie Brown. Debbie Brown is going to be there. Dr. Rita Walker, Shanti Dawes, man, and our keynote speakers, Sarah Jake Roberts and Pastor Torrey Roberts. We got more people that we're going to be announcing also soon. But October 8th, Marriott Marquis, Times Square from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's my second annual Mental Wealth Expo. It's a free event. All you got to do is go to mentalwealthexpo.com. It is a day of mental health education and healing, you know? So see y'all there October the 8th. And make sure you watch Hell of a Week every Thursday night, 11:30 p.m. Tonight, this week, we have Nick Kroll Ari Melber, and Miss Pat will be on the panel. And Ray J is our special guest this week. I mean, all our guests are special, but Ray J is going to be who I sit down and have a conversation with. So 11:30 p.m., hell of a week. Comedy Central. Thank you to everybody that's been watching, DVRing, streaming on Paramount Plus. Make sure to stream all the episodes on Paramount Plus and watch us live on Thursday nights at 11:30 p.m. Last week, we had a great episode. Angela Rye, my good sister Angela Rye, was on the panel with Malcolm Gladwell and Roy Woods Jr. and Fat Joe was our, one-on-one, and, a lot of different things from that episode, went viral.
I can't believe that Malcolm Gladwell was riding for the Queen so much.
If you want me to diss the Queen, you've come to the wrong place. I'm a Commonwealth. I'm born and bred in a Commonwealth. My mom, my 91-year-old Jamaican mom, was very, very sad when the Queen died. Mm-hmm. Queen represented something to us. She was a woman of extraordinary grace and dignity, and in a world that needs a lot more role models of grace and dignity. And there are some things that our country did that are unspeakable, but that doesn't set England aside from different from any other country in the world.
I think it was more so I'm not going to disrespect somebody I know my mom loves. Like, I know it's somebody that your mom probably loves, and you know how much your mom loves her. So you might not fuck with that person.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? That's what I think it was.
He's such like a nuanced, interesting dude, and like
listen,
his take was trash. Like usually he has great takes. Like he's like really thoughtful, and his take was like, she's dignified.
No, his take was, if you think I'm going to diss the Queen, I'm not dissing the Queen. My mother was very distraught about the Queen's death. That's how it started.
Gotcha.
Everything else was after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was funny because I told Malcolm, I'm like, yo, you said you wasn't going to diss the Queen, but you just reduced her to a mascot. Like, you was like, she's just a ribbon cutter, a glorified ribbon cutter with no power. You know what I mean?
Facts, though. That's true.
But Malcolm, I love reading a lot of Malcolm's books, but he said something on the panel that made a lot of sense to me, because we tend to do that because all we know in our lifetime is what we know. Everything else is history that we've read. But the things that we experience, we think what we experience is the greatest, and we think what some of the bad things we experience are the worst. Like, to some people, COVID is the worst thing that ever happened in the history of life. So when I ask a question like, is the upcoming midterms, the most important election in American history? And Malcolm's like, no. It's like, I can name like 10 others. Yeah. And when he names them, he's absolutely right. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's like,
does he have kids?
I don't know. I don't think so. But that right there helps you put things in perspective, like, oh shit. Not only have there been times in our society where there was bigger things at stake.
Yeah.
We also got through those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll get through this.
Everything's going to be fine. Nothing changes.
I don't know about that.
You know why you care? Because you have kids. I'm trying to find the difference why I don't care and you do care. And it's not just a white thing.
Okay, that's where I was going.
Well, it is one part of white privilege is you kind of have the ability to like remove yourself from politics, but like then again, like there's a bunch of white people that are really furious with the way that politics are going. So blah blah blah.
That's true. But I mean, both sides are saying democracy's
exactly
about to die.
They're all fucking crying.
Yeah.
And then, but what I did notice about getting money is once you get money, I don't trust anybody who has money and no kids and pretends to care about politics. I don't trust it because once you get money, you have the ability to kind of like remove yourself from everything. Like I could give a flying fuck right now.
If you don't have anything, if you don't have any other issues to deal with that aren't related to money, like for example, gotta say a race thing. If you're a white male, your privilege is different. If you're a black male with money or a Spanish male with money, you can still get profiled. You know what I mean? Chris Rock used to leave Alpine, New Jersey and post online how he was getting pulled over all the goddamn time. That's Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I don't think, I think
100%.
I think it's still a
race absolutely matters. Plays a part in every, I was having a conversation with this dude about this. Race absolutely plays a part in every single conversation that we have. And gender, yeah. 100%. And the more wealthy you get, the less it plays a part. So there's a level of wealth where race isn't affecting your day-to-day, as much as it's affecting the poor black person.
Yeah,
like
I agree with that, but it can still affect you, though. I agree with that.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Again, it plays a part in every single decision. I'm not trying to say it's not there, but the things that this poor black dude's got to go through every single day, living in a fucking horrible neighborhood, no access to like good food, no access to like good facilities, education, all these types of things. Those are way more difficult and are going to impact their life way more than the super rich black person that's living in Bel Air, California, and that everybody knows and is part of the neighborhood. And whatever.
And he's probably created a bubble for himself.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, once you have children, and I imagine I don't have kids yet, God bless. Hopefully I will be able to.
Baby.
Keep
shooting, baby.
But what I imagine is all these issues are very important because you're like, oh, wow, these are all directly going to affect my kid, how my kid is learning, how my kid is treated, how the world sees my kid. And all of a sudden you're locked back in again.
Yeah.
I'm in this weird stage where I got some money and I don't have kids and I have a wife, and it's just like, none of these issues really affect us that much.
Yeah, and it was so interesting about what you're saying. It's like when you're black, right? Like when you have conversations when I have conversations with rich white people, and they be like, "Oh, America's so fucked up." And you're like, "Yeah, man, tell me more, man. Why is it so fucked up?" It's all economy based.
Yeah.
All economy based. They not thinking about shit like voting rights.
Yeah.
They not thinking about shit like police reform. You know what I mean? Like none of that shit is on their radar whatsoever. They're not thinking about equity. Why would they be thinking about equity?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are issues that are like significant to a group of people. You know what I mean? It's and most of it is race based. So
I was with Duval. We were in Atlanta, and he didn't want to eat at this restaurant because he was worried about getting shot. He didn't want to go or robbed. He didn't want to eat too close to where he lived because he didn't want people to know that he lived there.
Yeah.
And like, or the people that do know that he lives in the area, maybe they'll go rob the place because they know he's out to eat, type of thing. Like he's constantly being concerned about being robbed or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I get why you go to the Bahamas.
I call that, and I wrote about that in my book, Shook One. I call it being blackanoid. Being black in America, black paranoia. It's a different set of paranoia. It's a different set of paranoia than, the average person deals with. And then think about it. Y'all went to Magic City. He walks in with you. He could say you a cop. He could say you a lawyer.
Yeah.
And people will believe him.
100%.
And like, let me stay like, Duval in here with them boys tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't touch him.
It's just, that's the game. Why it's like that, I don't know.
I do understand why he loves going to the Bahamas, because he actually gets to check out and not have to worry and look behind his back constantly. And he actually, it's probably why you love Anguilla. It's like you get to release instead of you're going to the grocery store and you're like, is this going to be the guy that sees me?
That's right.
Or is someone at the grocery store going to call their friend and say, yo, Charlamagne's here if you want to hit him up on the way when he leaves?
That's right.
It's this constant fear, man.
That's right. I mean, everything you're saying is 100% correct. Oh, man.
You got to find ways to check out.
Yeah.
Like, where are the places that you just get to go, I can breathe easy here. Everything's fine. I'm going to be okay.
Man, it's crazy but then for me, you got to put the anxiety on top of it, because I can be home and start thinking of dumb shit. Like, who's going to call a SWAT team on me? They be doing them stupid SWAT shit. Like, I be thinking stupid shit like that, because I'm literally the person that can go online or watch TV, see some shit, and think this is about to happen.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I really don't know. Like, for me, checking out is, as crazy as it sounds, I like when I'm doing the podcast. You know what I mean?
Because you're locked in.
That's right.
You don't have time to think about all this other fuck shit.
Until it's recorded, and I'm like, oh shit, we gotta release this to the fucking world. You know what I mean? I'm tired. Do you know how we getting? You know why we get in so much trouble?
Why?
Having conversations with friends in front of strangers.
Yeah.
That's all this shit is.
Yeah.
It's conversations with friends, and then we let strangers in on the conversation.
Yeah.
So when people get upset because I'm not taking Joe Coy serious, it's like that's because I'm having a conversation with a friend, and you strangers are eavesdropping. Y'all don't know how we get down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit, sometimes I don't know how me and my friends get down.
Yeah.
I think Donnell's a friend. Until I don't. Because I'm realizing he's really upset.
Is he still upset?
He's always upset. Donnell's like fucking the Incredible Hulk. He's always fucking angry. That's what gives him his goddamn powers. You know what I mean?
Love you, Donnell.
No, I don't.
I do still. I
Oh,
still love you.
also make sure I do love Donna. Also make sure to check out Summer '85. Chris Moreau is in here right now. That's his Audible original.
Yeah.
That's out through SBH Productions. Man, it tells the story of the bombing of the MOVE movement in Philadelphia in the summer of '85 and the correlation it has with the Live Aid contract. I want to talk to you about something too, Chris, off air, because I have another idea, because I love the juxtaposition that you did with that, and I have another theory that I can't prove, and I have nothing to prove it, but there is a correlation that I think people aren't seeing, and I would love to bring that to the masses. Did you see Woman King?
Of course.
Really the funniest person in America, bro.
Why?
For no fucking reason.
Why?
Yeah. It's like,
I saw it.
It's like, I don't believe you.
I did
See,
see it.
that's fucked up. You see what I mean? I don't believe him.
I saw it.
That's
dude.
just like when they telling me about some bad shit that happened to them. I don't believe that you saw The Woman King.
Daniel Kalila or whatever his name is.
He was nowhere near that movie. He was nowhere near The Woman King.
He produced that movie, bro.
He was nowhere
He produced
near The Woman King.
Daniel Kalila produced that movie.
No,
bro.
it's John Boyega.
Whatever his name is. Yeah, John Boyega. The guy from Star Trek.
There you go.
Star Wars. Yeah. He was in it.
He's in it. I love his role in the movie. I don't want to give too much away, but that's the only thing I didn't like. If I had to nitpick at it, because by the way, there is absolutely nothing to dislike about The Woman King. Bro,
it was.
Shut up, Andrew.
Why can't I just enjoy a movie, man? Me and the boys went to go see it.
My man, brother Willie Muhammad said the realest shit. Salute to Brother Willie Muhammad.
Oh, I love Brother Willie, man.
Brother Willie Muhammad said,
well,
y'all mad about a movie that has an African tribe that realizes they should not be trading their own people and other Africans in the slave trade, then decide to stop doing so, burn down the slave port, free other Africans, kill slave traders, shows women supporting the black man, and then he put the shrug emoji. Like,
that's how I felt.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, man.
And I see people saying that it's not historically accurate.
Wait, why is it not historically accurate?
Because it's a movie.
But that didn't happen?
I mean, yes, in certain parts of it did happen. Certain parts were sensationalized. Certain parts were fictionalized. But what movie isn't?
What?
What movie isn't?
Well, I mean, Black Panther was real.
Man, shut up. Well, Black Panther is based off, the Dora Milaje and Black Panther is based off the homie Amazons from The Woman King.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Chris, come here. Chris can speak to this. Like stuff like, because people like to use these examples, like Schindler's List.
What?
Right? Those movies weren't historically accurate.
I think they were pretty historically accurate.
No, I looked it up. No, they weren't.
There was a real Oscar Schindler.
Yes.
Right.
But a lot of the things, first of all, they would have to be fictionalized because we weren't there every moment of these people's lives to know what was going on.
But
what was the movie where Hitler got shot in the movie theater? Got assassinated in the movie theater?
Inglourious Bastards?
Inglourious Bastards. That didn't happen.
What?
He didn't get assassinated in the movie theater.
Just let the mask go, Chris. I swear
I'm
to
doing
God.
it for your sake. I'm coughing today.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
You think you got some shit? There's a cold going
Yo,
around.
Joe
I had a
Biden said
cold
it's
for like
over,
a week.
bro.
Yeah.
Joe Biden said it's over, bro.
100%. No, but can we go back to the Dora Milaje or whatever? The
Dora Milaje.
Yeah. The Woman King was phenomenal. What?
Assassin's Creed.
Yep. Assassin's Creed.
That's the movie,
great
right?
Video game.
I thought it was a movie.
Well, they turned it into a movie as well.
Okay. So you think a lot of these movies are historically accurate, Chris?
I mean, for The Woman's King, I mean, I would, if people are questioning what's historically accurate with it, there's a article that came out in the New Yorker magazine like 2 months ago from a descendant of one of the kings of, how do you say it, Domini, which is present day Benin, essentially. And he talks about like realizing that his family played a very direct role in the slave trade. And the way it was portrayed in that article was that they really did use these female warriors as shock troops, essentially. Like they would go into villages, immediately slaughter women, children to try to set an example, scare the shit out of the village, and then convince the rest of the village to go back to the slave trading port, without putting up a fight. So that's how historically it seems like these women were used. And he actually, in the article, And that,
they was killing people. They was killing people.
So he said to his grandfather, who was actually, because the kingdom like kind of fell apart in like the 1870s. So like the grandfather was still kind of like benefiting off the wealth. And he said, well, like, how do you feel knowing about the fact that like you sent other Africans into slavery to America? And the guy just looked at him and said, all the fingers on the hand ain't the same length.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know. But like, that was his response. Like,
what?
I think it means just like everybody doesn't get the same deal. Like,
but that's what the movie shows.
Okay, I didn't see the movie.
Yeah, the movie shows the complexities of the slave trade and really how it was all just rooted in capitalism. And they even have this one scene where the king is having a conversation and, his conscience is like, man, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And so the person he was talking to was like, what are you going to be without the money, basically?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can be a king, but the reason this a kingdom is the shit, basically, is because of the money that it's making, because of the slave trade. So they show those complexities throughout the movie. I thought Hitler committed suicide.
They think he did.
Oh.
In the bunker with his mistress, Eva Braun.
So that's my point. He didn't get killed in a movie theater?
I mean, I didn't see that. Isn't that a Terrence Tarantino movie?
Yeah, it's a Tarantino. Listen, I think what's interesting about this movie is that it touches on something that you don't really hear about a lot in the history books.
Yeah.
And that is the African role in the slave trade.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that it's not getting more criticism for that.
Oh, it is.
Oh, that is.
Oh, yeah.
And but I've always thought this as a just a white dude, which is like, I don't see it as realistic that these white people just went to the shores and then just started rounding up black people and put them in. There had to be some coordination from the people who lived there.
Yeah, it was both. It was both. Like, because I think some of the first slaves that came into Virginia, Chris, you correct me if I'm wrong, some of the first slaves that came into Virginia because they were captured because of a war between the Portuguese and I forgot what tribe. But during that war, they captured some of the slaves and brought them back to Virginia.
I could totally see that. I'm just saying,
so it's a combination of both. Some were sold, and
but
some
these
were
people are completely cut out of the history book. Like when I learned about the transatlantic slave trade, like I in no way did I hear about any of the kingdoms in Africa that were profiting from it at all. And I'm just curious about like
that's the white man's fault for taking all the credit.
It's actually kind of interesting. It's like you talk about like the whitewashing of history. I would argue that this is like a very kind retelling of history to the people that are there now.
This shit ain't kind though. Y'all gotta go see it.
No, not the movie. What I'm saying is the fact that they're even acknowledging. Did you see that?
I think it's difficult for people, right? Like you don't want to admit that. I mean, that's why I would say, like, honestly, if that's something people want to check out, the author, I wrote it down. David Wright Falalde is the author. And
did you see the English woman talking to Don Lemon? Did you see that?
Oh, I did saw that. That was ridiculous.
That shit was crazy.
That was ridiculous.
But it's not.
It was kind of ridiculous because what Don should have explained to her was every single person was not so every single slave that came from Africa wasn't sold. Like that's what she made it seem like. She made it seem like they were just selling slaves. It was like it was a combination. There was some that was sold. It was some that was captured during war. It was some that was taken. Like
well, all of them were captured during war. It's whether they were captured by other black people or white people.
Or Arabs, which really doesn't get talked about
at all.
Want to keep it 100.
100%.
The role that the Arabs played.
But I think so. Here's the conversation.
Where the fuck am I trending?
A living crisis, austerity budget cuts, and so on. And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are?
Pause.
You have all of this vast wealth.
The conversation is the crown is passing like $1 billion worth of wealth from the queen to the new king. And there are countries that were colonized by the English Empire that are like, yo, we want our reparations. Like you took so much wealth from us. And so he's posing this question to her. Do you think that the English royal family should pay reparations to these places? And this is what she says.
You have all of this vast wealth. Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And when across the entire world, when the slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages. Absolutely. That's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, that those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
Yo.
Yeah, but what's crazy about that?
But you hear what she said?
Why did he respond? What did he say?
Nothing. I don't know if he was out of time, but he folded.
He folded. But what's interesting is that this is fucking, I've never heard this take. I've heard we're not paying reparations.
Right.
Okay? This is the first time I've ever heard African people should pay reparations, and 2 white people. Did you see what she said at the end? She goes, the African king should pay reparations to the families of the white naval soldiers that went there to stop the slave trade.
Yeah, but
that is a hot take.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, because every African nation she's talking about was colonized by Europe. Yeah. And the slave trade is one thing, but what about the removal of the wealth from those African countries by those Europeans?
100%.
There needs to be atonement for that. So it don't even make no sense what she's saying.
I just think it's crazy. We don't even know the name of one kingdom in Africa that was involved in the slave trade. It's not common knowledge. None of us could say, right? We know every white country that was involved, but we don't know we can't name one that was rounding up their own people and selling them.
Because all the Europeans took credit. When you look at the Portuguese.
Why do they want credit?
Portuguese were the first people to start feasting off slave labor.
That was Arabs, I'm telling you.
You think it was Arabs before the Portuguese?
Really? Because they were already there.
I did a deep dive into slavery the other day because of this article.
Wow. That sounds wow.
Yeah. I was curious.
Okay.
I don't want to give away a great movie idea, but like the biggest slave rebellion of all time, including African slaves, took place in Iraq in the 15th century.
Really?
Which I had no idea.
Come on, Chris, break it down now.
Ottoman Empire?
Come on, that's why it's the brilliant idiots.
It was, so if southern Iraq, Basra, I think is the name of the city, and it's all kind of reed and marshy areas, and they were cultivating those areas to try to grow some sort of crop. I don't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought in hundreds of thousands, ultimately, of African slaves, but not from West Africa, which is the Portuguese and the British slave trade, but from East Africa, Kenya, Somalia, Sudan, areas like that. And these people lived in these, essentially plantations for generations until they kept building up. And then, they were second-class citizens. They were treated horribly. They were killed, all sorts of crazy stuff. And then eventually somebody organized them. There was a massive war. I mean, much bigger than anything Nat Turner did. I mean, we're talking the slaves had tens of thousands of soldiers on their side. They managed to take over a large part of Iraq. They eventually lost, and the leader was killed and all that. But it was like one of the biggest uprisings I've ever read.
But think about that. The point is, everybody colonized Africa. Everybody raped Africa.
Or maybe
they sucked the resources out of Africa.
Else I learned that I know. You know where there was another major slave trade around the 17th century? Crimea. Right?
Where's that at?
Like kind of like in between Europe and Asia, like kind of not too far from, Russia took it over.
Why do they call them slaves?
They
Slavic.
They were going into Russia and present-day Ukraine, the Turks who controlled that area, bringing back tens of thousands of Russians and Ukrainians, present-day Ukrainians. I never had read about that.
I wonder if a more global...
I just want to say one thing real quick to the idea that the world is plundering Africa. Human history is humans plundering humans.
Oh, colonization. But Africa got it the worst, I would think.
I don't know.
Yeah, Africa got it the worst.
Maybe.
India. You think so?
I mean, but that's what...
Because Africa had more natural resources than everybody.
Listen, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, it's not like these people are conspiring going, all right, it's time to get Africa. It's who's ready to get got. So it's like...
To a certain extent, but Africa did have the most natural resources.
There's no question that people want to take natural resources. Mm-hmm. I guess what I'm trying to say, people were not discriminating on colonizing motherfuckers. White people were colonizing white people. Right now, Russia is invading Ukraine. They're not looking at them and going, those guys look just like us. They have the same language, same culture, everything. Yeah. They're like, fuck them. They got money. That's mine.
By the way, it's really colonization. What Putin is trying to do is colonization
100%.
Textbook definition.
What we did in the Middle East, right? It's like what we've done to one another. Like
what China wants to do to Taiwan.
Literally what China wants to do to Taiwan. It's like human beings are fucked up. And if you think that wasn't happening within Africa, Africa is the size of, I think, all the other continents put together or something like that. Like Africa is massive.
Of course it was.
If you think that wasn't happening internally,
the Woman King shows you that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Africa colonized parts of Europe. I mean, they colonized Spain.
Hannibal.
Al-Andalus is the Moorish kingdom of Spain that reigned for
the Andals,
years. Like they, it goes both ways, but
I guess what I'm saying is like this is a human thing. This is what humans do to one another, and it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay, but it is our history, and I think it'd be beneficial for us to study this and see what we are capable of, so that we can not repeat it.
Yes, but also the reason that they my personal take is the reason they don't want to study it is because they know it has to be atonement. And atonement would come through some type of finances. So it doesn't benefit the system that we're currently in to actually have to atone for the slave trade.
You want to cover it up. You want to
ignore it.
Right.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I think it's up to the people to not let that happen. I mean, look, Jews are still talking about being slaves in Egypt.
As they should.
2,000 years later.
White people love to hold on to our slavery. Yes. If white people were slaves for 36 hours, we are going to write a book out of that shit. I mean, Scottish people love to talk about.
For 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. We were enslaved for generations.
Would you give it up though? I mean, number one, that is your history, so you should be able to tell your story. But also, there's always atonement. There's always atonement.
Let me ask you a question: would you give reparations to Afghanistan? Like, as an American, would you pay tax dollars to give them money for like what we put them through?
I don't have nothing to do with that.
We do.
You've benefited from it.
I don't have anything.
No,
to do
but
with
you
that.
do. You benefited from it directly, just like you could say the white people have benefited directly from white supremacy, even though that I haven't enslaved anybody personally. So what I'm saying is your blood, your tax-paying dollars go to that military industrial complex that pays for that oppression of those brown people over there. So your blood is on that shit too. Are you willing to put your tax dollars up to pay them back?
Schultz, we do that now. Our tax dollars go to stuff all the time that we don't know what they're going to.
No, what I'm saying
and they're supposed to go to people that need it.
Are you ready to go? Yo, we fucked up in Afghanistan. We need to pay those people some money.
I think the better question
I'm not.
is,
I ain't giving them shit.
The better question is, would you as a white person be willing to give up some of your tax-paying dollars to atone for the original sin of America? If you know in the future this is what's going to actually probably make America better.
Well, those are two different questions. Would I pay money if somebody was like, seriously, we can fix inequality and we can like make equity possible in this country, and all it's going to take is people who have a little bit more to pay back? I would do that shit in a fucking heartbeat.
Word?
10 times out of 10.
Yeah, but I think the reparations conversation, as soon as people hear that word, they're like,
in a heartbeat.
What? You mean?
No. I'm saying I would do it in a heartbeat. But that is somebody going 100%. This is going to work. I don't think that people have the confidence that whatever system they even have in place is going to actually fix the inequality that exists in America. But if there was an actual fix, it's like, yo, Jeff Bezos, stop making a fucking spaceship and put the money right there. Like, that'd be fire. If it was a dollar amount that could change it all, are you kidding? And billionaires here didn't do it, and the average wealthy person didn't chip in.
But that's what's so wild about America, right? Like, they should have corrected all of this way back.
Well, that was 40 acres
when it was
and a mule,
cheaper.
right?
Exactly.
That was the
You know
plan,
what I mean?
you know?
Like the same atonement they offered the indigenous people is they should have the 40 acres and a mule should have went to.
It's funny that they recognized it even back then.
Right.
It was like something needs to be done.
Yes.
It's interesting.
And those are the people that know history better than we do.
Yeah.
Like they know exactly what happened. They even admit that, like, yeah, we do got to give them something, bro.
Yeah.
Like the same way they did Native Americans to a certain extent.
Do you think back then the idea was we got to give them something because it makes it right? Or if we don't do it, there's going to be problems. And this is the way it is.
I think a combination of both. I think that's why England paid for their slave owners.
Right.
Like anybody who lost slaves when they made slavery illegal, they got a check from the bank. The Bank of
Americans did too.
No.
Yeah. Slave owners, after was it the Emancipation Proclamation, slave owners got reparations. Google it. Slave owners got reparations. Google it. Slave owners got reparations. I forgot how much it was, but slave owners that lost their slaves after the Emancipation Proclamation, they got reparations. Look it up, Chris.
I'm looking right now.
Did slave owners get reparations in America?
I've thought about that, though. Like, how different would things be in America today if freed slaves got 40 acres and a mule?
It would be a lot more Black Wall Streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? It
Right.
would be a lot more self-sufficient.
There'd be less
Black communities.
economic inequality, for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Government paid owners an average of about $300, equivalent to $8,000 in 2000
per slave.
The American government paid that.
Yeah.
To whom? To
slave owners.
It's the District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act. But this is only in District of Columbia.
Yeah, it's just...
But that's what, that was the majority that was like the Southeast region.
No, District of Columbia is just Washington, D.C.
Just D.C.
I thought it was bigger than that.
It might have been. What I do know is that England did it. Now, I don't think England had many slaves in England. I think that most of their slaves were in the Caribbean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, the fact that they gave the slave owners a payment for their slaves probably stopped a revolution from happening in England.
Right.
Whereas your light's still on your phone. Whereas in America, I wonder if that would have happened, if that would have helped not have a revolution and then ease that economic insecurity. Give me your phone, Chris.
I got it. Maybe I have it.
It's still on. Give me your goddamn phone right now.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, after 45, you get a exception on these sort of things.
No, I think that's just the name of the bill, Chris.
Okay, might be.
Yeah, the District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act. That's the name of the bill. The federal government compensated the owners of enslaved people for their loss of property. The people who were freed were not compensated nor given any assistance for the transition to their
You're not doing this because it's the just thing to do. You're doing this to avoid war.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to make incredibly difficult decisions to avoid loss of life.
Yeah. Or if you really, and I don't know, if you believe in energy and you believe in karma, you should want to atone for that. You know what I mean? If you think it was wrong and you can look back and say, man, we treated people like property. It was inhumane, especially, that's why it's so interesting to hear all of these Democrats talk about immigrants being treated inhumanely. I don't want to hear no white politician talking about people being used as capital, bro.
Right.
Like, come on. In a country that celebrates the founding fathers, like, knock it off. Right. So it's like, if you can see that, atone for it, and let's see if we can, make things right and have a better future.
I'm willing to help out, and I had nothing to do with it. Meaning, like, my family wasn't even here for it.
No, I get you.
So it's like we came after that shit was over.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that black people weren't going through things, but the original sin of slavery had ended by the time my family came here.
Well, to your point about benefiting, right?
Without a doubt.
You know what I mean? So it's like the same thing with, who'd you say, Afghanistan? Who'd you say?
Afghanistan, yeah.
Yes, if we're benefiting off work that they did or whatever it was, it'd be the same logic. People came to America.
But we were here when we invaded, and we put politicians in place that decided to invade, and we didn't do anything to stop it. I guess what I'm saying is, like, there's probably somebody more responsible than me who's benefited more than me. There are probably legacy families who had
family in New Orleans who has... Yeah, but I think the legacy, like, that's when I was doing my little research, that's one thing I noticed that set apart the African, American slave trade from every other one I was reading about, is the fact that, like, even with the Russians being taken to the Ottoman Empire or Iraq, like, after a generation, you had an ability to buy your way out or hustle your way out of that slavery. And it obviously didn't happen for every slave. And you know, it had to be an exceptional case.
And think about how fucked up that is. Think about somebody like
generation after generation, like that's where we fucked. I mean, it's all fucked up, but like that was what was. But
not even generationally. There was people that could afford to pay for themselves to get out of slavery.
But your kids,
your kid, your wife.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened with Denmark Vesey in Charleston, South Carolina. Like, it's like
that's what was so.
It's
evil
horrible.
About it.
I don't like that argument because it seems like you're calling all other slavery like slavery light. You're like, oh, they weren't really slaves.
Right.
Like I've heard people do this. Like,
Whose fault is that though?
No, like American slavery was so crazy. I mean, oh, you were a slave in Europe? Oh, that was nothing. Like,
but you know why?
Your mom and dad got taken from you when you were a kid? Oh, that's nothing compared to America.
But you know why they feel that way? And I'm about to bring it back around. Because of entertainment. Because of the movies and the TV shows.
Yeah.
That's what they show us. They show us slavery in America and how brutal it was. I haven't seen the stories other places.
Yeah.
I've seen stories about the Holocaust. That's how I can say how brutal the Holocaust was. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the stories about indigenous people and Native Americans. Like, they don't show us that. So going back with the Woman King, I appreciate the positive propaganda. If it's not, even if it's not based on a true story, I appreciate seeing a group of people talk about the complicated nature of slavery, actually have a conscience and say, this is not something we want to do anymore, going to free other slaves and burning down the slave port. Why did I love Django? Because Django wasn't a victim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why do I love the Woman King? Because those women were not victims. Like, there is some white people that get killed in that movie.
Really?
Oh my God. I was in like the last 20 minutes, third best fight scene I ever seen in a movie ever.
Really?
Infinity War, Endgame, Woman King, damn it.
Wow.
Okay? That final fight scene was amazing. I mean, they show some brutal shit. And I'm like, wow, that was great.
That's fire.
And guess what? Every now and then, that's what you need. You need to leave a movie feeling empowered because you see your people in a victorious position. That usually doesn't happen in those kind of movies. So
it's nice.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. So y'all believe in reparations? That's all I want. That's the final question. That's for African Americans?
Of course.
Okay. All right. Let's do some Asking Idiots, Taylor.
TJ Bottle Pockets wants to know, how would y'all lives be different if you swapped heights?
Swapped heights?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be that tall.
I feel the same about your height.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to be that tall. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't be 41, 36, 43 if I was. How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah, I don't want to be 6'2", 41, 36, 43. You know what I'm saying? 41, 36, 43 on this 5'7" frame sits right.
Yeah.
That's why that little munch over there be jealous as shit.
Jealous.
You know what I mean? That's why that little motherfucker over there be jealous as shit when I walk in the room. Erica Banks would have definitely went in the club with me.
Oh,
Okay?
100%.
Like,
She would have went with me too.
No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't.
The way that you're built, she would have absolutely been in there.
Me?
Yeah.
Not Taylor.
No, not
Nah.
Taylor.
Anyway.
Having seizures all over the fucking
Stop!
club.
Man.
See,
You know what I'm saying? I got time for that
on,
shit, man.
Nah, we don't
I
need
got
that.
time for that shit.
Get her out of here. She's shaking again. Get her
For
home.
no
yo.
reason.
Put her in an Uber. yo.
And she
She's
from Philly, so
shaking.
they gonna think she killing it down
Yeah,
south.
nah,
Hey, yo, she
nah,
Harlem shaking on the floor, son. Like, she killed it.
Yeah. All right, give us
I
another
hate
one.
you. All right. So, I Am Woods wants to know what they think is the best brilliant idiot moment so far.
Wow.
Nothing that we can talk about until we 70.
That's the answer. That right there is the answer.
Nothing that we can talk about till we 70-something years old.
He also wants to know, what do they think about the Little Mermaid trailer and how did Charlamagne's daughters react?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to show him. I literally told my daughter.
Yo,
I was gonna show
you
him.
ain't shit. Bro. This guy ain't shit. Bro.
I think she saw it by now, but when
This guy is-
when it came out, I'm like, oh, and because I was telling her as I was walking outside, I was working out actually, and I was walking outside to go work out, and I meant to tell her when I come back, but I didn't. I'm gonna show her when I get back in. I'm happy. Like, to me, when I see that, it's like, yo, it's the Little Mermaid. Like, it's not I'm happy that Holly got the role, but I don't look at that as like a black thing. It's just like, yo, it's a dope actress playing the Little Mermaid. Like, you know, I be trying to explain to my daughter, my oldest daughter, about how growing up, you know, everything was white. Every cartoon, every person you saw in a book, like every depiction of anything you saw was white. Pictures of authority, everything. So it's like, it's cool that, you know, that's changed, but you know, I like the Woman King. I appreciate the Woman King way more than the Little Mermaid trailer. That's just me personally.
Okay, well, to piggyback off of what y'all was talking about earlier, Geronum _ O. wants to know, what historical event would y'all go back in the past to film it in 8K?
We're on 8K now?
That's a good fucking question, Jerome. 8K. What historical
That fucking
event?
JFK assassination, bro.
Nah, man, it's light, bro.
Really?
JFK?
8K?
I know what I want to see.
Uh-oh.
What? What?
That Ray J tape?
Nah, bro. I want to see the crucifixion of Christ.
In 8K?
Word is born. That shit would change the world. That footage would change the world.
Blonde-haired, blue-eyed,
He
white.
would not be.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. He would not be.
Sunburnt as hell,
You know
carrying
what's so-
that cross.
But you know what's so funny? That's why it would change the world. Because only two things are going to happen.
What?
If Jesus is indeed black, which the Bible describes him as,
Yeah.
if you're a racist and you're watching that video, you know what I mean? It's just another lynching of a black person. Or it might be like, damn, the person I've been worshiping all these years is a black man.
Yeah.
And
Well, does the Bible say he's black? It says he's bronze.
it's the same difference.
No, he's Middle Eastern.
He looks like, I think he looked like Yasser Arafat or some shit.
Whatever. It don't matter. Listen, Alex said he's Arab. It would not matter to a racist. He's brown. You know what I'm
He
saying?
had
A racist wouldn't
woolly
give
hair
a shit.
like a lamb is what they say.
Yeah, woolly
he
hair
got
like
curls,
a lamb.
He's
Yeah,
white.
curls.
He's blue eyes. He's white as hell.
That would
super white.
That would literally change the world. How many
Yeah.
people you think would leave Christianity if they found out Jesus was an Arab?
Yeah, but how many people would join? That shit would be like Magic City on a Friday.
What?
But the people who would join is it people that could actually shift things?
I think, yeah. I mean,
Because if you've been worshiping a blue-eyed white man all of these years and you find out this person is brown, you got to rethink some of these policies you've implemented to hold oppressed brown people.
oh yeah, because they had like justifications for slavery all over the Bible.
Now, if Jesus is indeed white, nothing changes, people.
Now, what if you went
Nothing
back
changes.
and it was white? It was weird, but he was white, blue eyes, like blonde hair, like just like we imagined him. And what happens then?
Depends who did it to him.
Well, we know who did it to him.
No, we don't.
We know who did it to him.
No, we
Chris.
don't. No, we
We know
don't.
who did it to
No,
him.
Sorry
we
about that.
don't.
Yes, we do.
We don't. We don't know for sure.
Apologies.
The Chinese did it, my friends. The Chinese did
That's
it.
what I mean, though.
They did
So
it.
what if it is? What if you go back and everything we thought about that situation is
Completely
not
wrong.
it? Changes the world. That's the one you want to see in what'd you say?
8K.
AK. I started to say AK.
How did they pin him up to the cross? It was throwing stars.
There's some people that say it wasn't a cross. There's some people that
I would
say it
point
wasn't
out
a
that
cross.
is Japanese. But,
Was
This is Jesus we're talking about.
Right.
Sorry, my bad.
You know what I mean?
Get it right.
Wait.
What if
What if?
it's just Jesus?
Oh shit! And he built the cross himself. what do you mean, bro?
All I'm
What
simply
is
saying
it?
is
There was Mexicans out there, bro.
there's a story that they told us.
What was Jesus
What was Jesus?
for a living? What'd he do?
A carpenter. That is true.
Hey,
That is true. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.